This episode is brought to you by Hometown Mortgage.
Take 201.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Mike.
Are you ready for our phone call today?
You know I am. We have another great guest lined up.
Can't wait. I love phone calls.
And I love waiting. So let's go. Perfect. Nailed it. Took a minute.
First
Thanks
try.
For the help. First try.
Benny, good morning.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
It's so good to see you.
It's good to see you. It's good to be seen.
I know. It's been too long.
It has. Sorry for that.
Yeah, I know. What's going on? You just staying away?
Yeah, I try to typically, lay low.
The hermit
Keep it under
life?
the radar. Yeah. Not doing too much. I changed the oil in my truck.
Oh,
Give it an oil change.
Oil.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like to take them in, but I've mentioned before that I'm quite the budgie, and the miser sort of
miserly
thing, and yeah, very, very. And so it turns out it's way less expensive to just change your own oil, and it's not hard to do. So I knock it out.
So you know where the drain plug is?
I sure do.
I mean, really, there's like 3 steps.
Yeah, really. I mean, get the filter out of there.
Filter, drain plug.
And try to
hopefully catch it in a container.
Yes, that's key. And that you have proper ventilation to let it go down into, soak into said container, or you could have a mess. And that's ideal. The toughest part is not creating a mess.
But
I have a new system, and it works perfectly.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Specific to your truck, or just
I would say I'll probably
I'll
probably use it on anything I change the oil on. It's just basically I took a tarp, I folded it in half, like basically to the width of my truck, and I drove my truck onto the tarp so that oil wipes up really easily off a tarp, not so much off of
better
concrete.
Off of concrete, right? Better than concrete.
That was a little, not quite a hack, but I'm sure they make
Smart.
something for that. But once again, using what I got, so yeah.
So are you able to find the plug?
Go ahead.
How deep we're going to get into this?
That's okay.
I'm inspired.
All right. I can show you.
I do it on, dirt bikes and motorcycles, so I'm sure I could do it on my truck.
Absolutely.
I just haven't.
Yeah.
But is it easy to get under there? I mean, a man of your stature, are you sliding under that tarp?
Right.
Find the plug.
Yep.
Make sure it doesn't hit your eye first.
Proper size, right? Well, if you position yourself in the right way and have it aimed away, then it's no big deal. Although it was a windy day when I did that, so it can get a little sketchy in that case,
Oh, yeah. We know how streams can go awry in the wind. All right, Benny? So
I suppose so.
Speaking of oil changes, you and I both drive out here.
We do.
We do drive out here. And I don't know, are you noticing anything in the traffic these days?
I mean, maybe a little
or
more,
the same
a little more so
always?
than normal. But I mean, let's face it. We there's some elderly people that live here that maybe are a little less aware than they used to be,
right?
Or in less of a hurry.
Yeah.
Why aren't they in more of a hurry? You got less time. Go faster. Come on.
I love it. I know. Yeah, you're running low on time. Yeah, my son calls this retirement-ville.
Yeah.
I don't know where he got that. I was like, dang. That is true. You know how it is. As a teenager, you kind of get ready to get out.
Oh, yeah.
The rest
Spread
of us
those
are really
wings.
happy to be here.
Uh-huh.
Except, sometimes on the road, you're like, hey, I got places to be. These folks don't seem to be interested in going anywhere.
They might not be going anywhere. Could just be on that holiday drive, checking out the lights and the decorations, that sort of thing. You get some of that, I imagine.
Well, it's that time of year too, huh?
It is.
Great time of year. We got
It is.
decor everywhere.
Mm-hmm. More decor.
Seems
like, people tear down Halloween decor just to throw up their Christmas stuff.
Yeah, well, I know.
Which to me seems a little early, but I'm seeing. I've been
at this
seeing
point.
Been seeing it for a while.
It's like a
Full
transition
month.
straight from Halloween to
Christmas
the Christmas
season. Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. Is that too soon?
Personally, I don't mind looking at it, but I'm not trying to get out there and
sit up on the roof,
right?
Lighting the Kesterson estate.
yeah, something like that
for all those people to see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, speaking of this time of year, it's a good time of year to be watching a certain sport, and I think you have a surprise.
So yeah, it is a great time of year to be watching some foosball, some football, some American football, as it's known in other parts of the world. And funny enough, our guest today I have a bit of a background with. It's
Really?
it's actually kind of extensive. Actually, if I'm being honest, kind of.
I know you know people.
Yeah. Well, I tend to try to make friends wherever I go. You know that about me,
You do?
Mike.
Yeah,
It comes pretty easy. And
Fast
it
friend.
turns out, way back when, early 2000s, I happened to be in Boston, in New England.
Yeah.
And the Patriots were having an open tryout. And,
Really?
I never played football in my life. But as you know, I'm a big dude.
Yeah.
And it seems
You
like
got
a
the
big
stature.
man sport for the most part. If nothing else, I could block some people. I'm good at lifting things and moving things. So I got to be able to stop some things,
No doubt.
So I went ahead and decided I was going to, go try out for this Patriots team that really wasn't very good at the time. And I was like, well, I don't care what position I play. Just let's have at it. Let's go. And so I go out there and I tell them, I'm like, I'll do anything, whatever you need me to do. Right. And so wouldn't you know it, I was awful. I was so bad. I did not make the team, but I did make old Bill Belichick, our guest for today, my buddy,
Wow.
laugh his butt off the whole time. He was just hounding me. You're awful at this. You have no business being here, kid. What are you doing? Like, get off the field. But I wouldn't leave. And luckily they never called security, I guess, and just had him giggling and laughing the whole time, which is hard to believe if you know
from this
anything about
guy.
Bill.
Stoic Bill.
Yeah, he's very stoic. That's a perfect word for the man. And in that same time frame, a young man by the name of Tom Brady was drafted by the Patriots, and
I've heard of Tom.
right, and they had Drew Bledsoe playing at the time, and they thought he was pretty good. And I went to Bill, because at that time he had cut me, and I went to Bill, and I'm like, look, Bill, this kid's the one you want. You need this kid to be playing for you. And hey, I don't want to take too much credit here, but they did win a few, rings. And so luckily for me, Bill and I have remained tight because I feel like he's got 6 rings basically because of me. And,
Serious? That's great.
Tom didn't have a lot to do with that. It was, I like to think it was all me. So I let him know. I was like, hey, I'm doing a podcast. We could really use a call from, somebody who loves to talk and answer questions like yourself. And so boom, he's going to call in and let us ask him anything we want, he says. So
Wow.
how do you feel about that?
Ben, I'm impressed. What a background. I mean, I had no idea.
Again, I don't know why I never told you that
never
story.
told me this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. about
Boston.
that.
Well, I always knew, you were global. You were going global one way or another.
I mean, that's still stateside, but they did.
From Arizona, I feel that's pretty global.
Yeah,
it's
that
all over.
really has expanded.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah,
So-
but that's impressive. And so glad we're gonna get to ask him, all the questions we have for him. He's a dynamic character, stoic, but
stoic. I mean, it's nice to hear him chuckle. I get him giggling all the time, but which you wouldn't really believe. But
Yeah.
besides
we
that,
didn't have iPhones back then.
Hey. You're
oh hi,
Oh my goodness! Hello.
hi. It's just Bill Belichick.
That's the one.
He's calling in today.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I stay?
Yeah, of course you can stay. That'd be great.
Yeah, welcome.
I love Bill Belichick. He is not a fan of, Patriots, but you got to admire him as a coach, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Amazing.
he's fantastic. Well, yeah, it's so good to have you, Elicia. And how did you get in? It's all locked up.
Thought we had good security here. Turns out.
They actually gave me a key,
Oh,
which is crazy.
good.
So, yeah, it's
Well, of course, yeah, because you are,
yeah.
you are.
I've-
You're used to this
sales
room.
and podcasts
This is your
and all kinds
this
of
is your
fun stuff.
spot. Cast
Yeah.
11.
I'm going to tell you, I sit with Guy and we do, my drive. I don't get to talk to Bill Belichick, so I'm going to hang out because you guys are cool.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Hey, great. Well,
Love it.
thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank
You
you.
yourself are a bit of a coach, so I'm sure you would have some great questions for him.
I would. A lot of the coaching that I do is modeled after. I mean, I wear the cutoff sleeves and everything most of the time.
Nice,
So
nice.
it's his fun demeanor.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to say is probably my closest attribute to him. No,
Yeah, fun.
but yeah, he's very serious. I admire the fact that he is. I mean, it's no nonsense with him. his agenda is to win, and that's what they do. And it's adjusting to sometimes you've got a bad season, but I love the work ethic, and it's very obvious that he is 100%. This is his show, and he's the driver, and that's all he thinks about. So
yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. You are not much of a coach yourself, are you, Mike?
No, I have no coaching.
Nothing?
No.
You haven't coached anything?
Well, I mean...
Badminton, when you were playing badminton?
Yeah, I
back
remember
in
my badminton days in college. No, I was always the student, never the coach. No, I did... I've done some coaching for my sons.
That's
soccer,
good.
Baseball.
There you go.
You know,
Now
when they
you're
were
a coach.
little, and, you know...
It didn't matter what they learned.
Yeah, it wasn't strategy based, and it wasn't discipline. That's not my strong suit.
Right.
Back in the day, some YBL, as you know, doing some community service while in high school.
Yep.
Right, trying to volunteer, build a resume.
Good man.
Yeah, do a little YBL coaching,
Smart.
which is where we first met.
Not coaching, but playing YBL. You're right.
We
You're right.
were
Yeah.
playing. Yeah.
And my dad was coaching, and he
Your
had
dad.
like a really long history of coaching, basically everything I
great
did. That's probably
coach.
why I made all the teams. No.
Yeah. So is that your experience with coaching? Is
Osmosis through
Your
my
dad?
father.
Yeah.
No. I mean, mostly he coached Little League for like 20 years and was like president and this and that and the other thing. And so he did it for a long time beyond when I ever played. But for me, it's kind of the same thing. I was player coach of some pretty epic men's league softball, rec softball. No, not fast pitch.
Not the fast pitch.
Yeah, no, this is that.
you got fast pitch in your repertoire though too?
I did play a small amount of that.
Few
Hit a couple
seasons.
bombs, but I didn't coach it.
Yeah.
And then I coached a little bit with
Phil
the few
Mickelson
things my
bombs.
son's played, but he wants to play in more, but really hasn't done, enough to my liking yet. But we'll see. To each their own. If he wants to do it, he can do it. If he doesn't, he won't.
Yeah, right.
But I'll be happy
so
to help
Elicia,
out.
you're a coach. I mean, to the elite
Storm Elite.
Storm Elite.
You found it.
Total fail on
Storm
that.
Elite.
Please
Found it.
cut that
Along
part.
with-
Yeah.
What was that?
No, Elicia. So Storm Elite is your
It is. So
local cheer team.
yeah. So about 5 years ago, 2018, I've always coached in some capacity just along the way. And cheer was the only thing I've ever coached. I'm probably not good at anything else. Maybe football. I could probably coach football.
Yeah.
But cheer was just, a friend invited me to a cheer competition, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll go. And as they say, the rest is history, because for me, that was the day I went, I'm kind of obsessed and I could do this.
Nice.
And they always say for those who can do and those who can't, coach.
Oh, perfect.
And I was not a cheerleader. And so
That was my
why,
next question. Do you have a background in cheer?
I do not.
Dance?
No, I've
Performance?
no.
Athletics? What about?
I mean, we
what
played
sort of
softball.
sports
We've
growing
done,
up?
stuff like that. But cheerleading was never on my radar. And I mean, choreography, forget it. I mean, that's Paula Abdul, right? Like,
Right. I
she's
was thinking that too. Yep.
the ultimate choreographer. So,
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so it was just never on my radar to even be involved in that. And literally from the first competition, I'm like, I'm in. Next year was an assistant coach. The year after that, I was head coach. And then we moved here, and not a lot of stuff in Prescott at the time. This was back in 2010, and wasn't a lot going on as far as cheerleading. And so it was, I'll help out when my daughter went to high school. I'm like, I'll help out with Bears. So I was over at Bradshaw helping out with their cheer team and choreographing some half times. And I don't like the politics of that, because you have to answer to too many people.
Right.
What competitions can we do? Sorry, she dropped below a C. You can't have her for the game this Friday.
Right.
And
Oh, wow.
so I decided,
You're out then.
I know.
You're out.
Yeah.
You're done.
Often.
Donezo, buddy. Yeah. So for me, it was like, well, I'll just start my own team. How hard could it be? So I did. And it's really hard. So
But you've successfully
hard
done
could
it for 5 years now, you said?
yeah,
or
we're going
about?
going on fifth season. But what started off as a little hobby, we quickly learned we're going to need some help.
Right.
You know, me and another coach, she was coaching sideline cheer, and another coach from Chino that was coaching sideline cheer. We're like, yeah, we could do this. Let's
Cool.
go. So we did. And then we got serious, because there's LLCs and you have to do like a whole thing. And
Oh, geez. Yeah.
finally got into a building, and so we have an actual gym, so that's cool. We're not
That's really
outside.
cool.
And
Yeah.
Where's that located?
That's at 3260 Tower Road. It's right back there by like the Fry's Shopping Center on Willow Creek.
Oh, yeah.
So we've just recently this year added a gymnastics side. So we've got some really great gymnastic coaches they're team kids. And so they're competitive as well. We have probably 8 coaches, and the daughter that I started the team for is actually a coach now. So
how cool.
She reminds everybody, this is me.
Right. Yeah. As she should, I'm sure. She's
Yeah.
probably got all the skills from,
She's
going through the ranks.
She's good. Yeah. So this year we've got 60 kids at Storm. We've got, like I said, the gymnastic program has, I would say, probably another 50, 60 kids. So we're growing.
Wow, yeah.
We just finished our first competition about a month ago, and we are actually headed to California this weekend. So
how cool.
Super excited about that. Won a couple titles and looking to defend those this year, and actually going to Florida this year. So very excited about that.
That is great.
Yeah.
Really cool. So do you guys have to do like fundraising for that to take these trips, or how, I'm sure that's difficult, and maybe you don't want to get too much into it.
Well, cheer is not for the faint of heart.
Right.
It's super expensive. We do everything we can to keep the price down, but our rent alone to run a big giant building like that is super expensive. As coaches, we do not get paid at all.
Yeah,
we don't take a penny from the team. The owners do not take a penny from the team. Everything goes back into the program, which I love.
Sure.
And we do have a booster club. We stay separate from that so that it's fair, and they're raising money for the team as a whole. But it does cost between $175 to $200 a month, depending upon what team you're on.
Wow. Yeah.
And so it's, we charge what we have to pay the bills and have a little backup, because another COVID hits where,
Oh yeah.
we got shut down there for a little while.
Yeah.
So you weren't able to do competitions during that time?
No, we were actually, the day before we were getting ready to jump on a plane to go back east for a big competition, we got shut down because it was at a college. And so the schools were like the first to shut down. And so this year is the first time we're ready. We're going to Florida. So we're in the Florida mode, and it'll be expensive, but the kids are hungry. They really, really want to do this. So
Yeah. Fantastic. That's really cool.
So Elicia, you're passionate about coaching, like our soon-to-be guest, Bill Belichick.
I'm so excited.
I know. So great. Where do you get that passion?
I would say a lot like Bill, but Billy, I call him Billy and Tommy, but it's competition. It's competitiveness. It is I don't think you could do a great job at coaching if it was, there's realms for it. There's places where it could be, oh, this is fun and this is for the kids. And yes, it is fun and it is for the kids, but I know these kids are paying a lot of money. They put in a lot of time, and much like the great Bill Belichick, it is about winning. And you're in competitive sport for a reason. But you guys, is that him?
Earth
is that him?
Ben, are you going to get it?
I mean, I don't know if I'm ready.
I'm too nervous.
I haven't talked to Bill in a while since.
I can't believe it. Go.
Hello?
We've been trying to reach you concerning your car's extended warranty.
How about that?
I don't think that was Bill.
Dang it. Oh, we almost had
Hey,
one.
wait, did they hang? Why'd you hang up? My warranty is up.
You don't have spam
they were
blocker?
calling you.
guys.
Well, I didn't look,
We're not very techie.
We got our call screener. Austin's going to have to beat up our call screener or something.
I think that was good though, because you guys now you're ready.
Oh yeah.
I think you're ready for him
that's
to
true.
call now. So
Man, my heart was going.
Yeah.
I'm
A
excited.
little adrenaline pumped up, ready to talk to Bill.
Bill.
He's exciting too. He would really feed off of that.
I know.
Match your energy.
Yeah. I saw those text messages you got from him. Those are from him, right?
Yeah.
That's definitely Bill.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely Bill. The one and only Bill.
Oh, Billy.
Oh, Billy.
Billy. Yeah.
All right. Well, soon enough.
that
Hey,
was-
stay tuned, folks.
all right.
'cause
Close
Take
call.
two though.
Yeah,
We'll be ready
all right.
next time for sure.
Billy's calling any moment now.
Well, I'm gonna probably get out of here. Let you guys focus on Bill, because that was a lot I would have fangirled all over the place. So I will have to get out of the way. But I did want to mention, if you guys, anybody out there is interested in joining Storm, we are starting a mid-season team. Kind of gives you the opportunity to jump in and see if it's something that is, up your alley without spending a ton of money and a ton of time. So it's a good way to dip your toe in the pool. But you can find us at azstormelite.com, on Instagram or stormelite_cheer, and on Facebook, Storm Elite Cheer. And we'd love to have you, join the Storm family.
Absolutely. Very nice. Yeah. Thank you.
I was going to say,
get in?
that's,
Is there still time for me?
You have mentioned that you can throw stuff.
I can
and
throw
you can
stuff.
lift stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of the skill. We do have
Children.
boys on our team.
Yeah, you can be like a
throw
5 or 6 year old little lady.
You could throw her.
We gotta get some.
I'm
gonna tell
heightened
you,
ceilings.
we
what is it,
throw-
like 20 foot?
We throw our
tower?
baskets about 20 feet.
Wow.
And these girls are now flipping in the air and giant skills. We've actually taken it to the max. So we have everything
cool.
from little level 1 limited to
Yeah.
level 4, which is high as you can go, which is the actual. It is not like you would see on ESPN, but we are pretty darn close.
I mean, it's
which is
competition
great
level, right?
Yeah, it's competition
that's
level.
so great.
And we
Now,
definitely hold
what
our own.
movie, what I'm thinking, is it like Stomp, or what's the movie that I'm
Bring It
trying to
On,
think?
man.
Bring It On.
Yeah, bring it
Basically
on.
the same. Stomp.
Stomp? I don't know.
This is a cheerocracy, not a democracy. Are you
Dang,
kidding?
all
Is
right.
that the one?
Yeah.
Who was in that?
This is not a democracy.
Cheerocracy.
Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Oh, is it
Gabby-
Reese? Yeah.
Oh, right. I was thinking of is it Miss Union, Gabrielle Union?
Gabrielle Union.
Is that right? Is that her
It's
name?
not Reese Witherspoon. Who is it? It's like my Bible.
Yeah,
Okay,
I know.
usually-
Do you watch it nightly just to
Yeah, every
compare?
night.
Like,
And I just
Every
Kirsten Dunst.
Oh yeah. Yes, Miss Kirsten.
Gabrielle
I think,
Union was
yeah.
the Clover. She was the opposing team.
Oh,
So she
okay.
was
She's
the-
bad. She's the.
She's the bad guy, but they're a much better squad. So
Oh right.
that's the
Oh,
thing. Mhm.
really?
Talented.
Yeah.
But rude.
They were the spunky little, like little Prescott kids.
Was this-
spunky little?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Just give me a stage and we're gonna kill it, right?
Yeah, you're gonna bring it on.
We're gonna bring it on.
Bring it on.
Okay,
Love
so
it.
yeah, is that a '90s film,
Uh-oh.
Ben?
I gotta think
I-
it is. I don't know.
Is that
The
time?
first
It's
one, because
that
didn't they
time
make
again.
multiple? They made multiple.
They
Bring
made
It On?
multiple.
Oh, it was
Multiples.
like right on the cusp. They made
Yeah.
it in the '90s. It was 2000. It was released.
Oh boy.
But I am
Almost,
gonna shout
Mike.
out. To
I
the
would say
90s.
Oh, got it anyway.
I got it.
Boy, yeah.
Yeah, thank goodness for the '90s.
Thank goodness. Yeah. Some of the
Well,
best things.
We would have
came out of
just skipped the '80s, or from the '80s to the 2000s, if we didn't have the '90s, Ben.
Yeah,
Fact.
there.
yeah.
90s is
can't
when I
even-
started coaching.
There you go. Nice, nice. And that's the thing
Well,
with our guest
that's
too.
fantastic.
He started coaching some 48 years ago or something like that.
Oh, yeah,
He's been
well-
an NFL coach for I think it's like 48 years.
He was with
Which is
the
crazy.
Giants, right? He was the
Giants,
defensive
yeah,
coordinator.
right? They won a couple rings when he was the coordinator, and he doesn't like to talk about the 2 losses to the
Giants
yeah,
layer.
Yeah, he doesn't like to
Good
talk
old
about them.
Eli.
But I do believe he worked for the Jets, the Browns. He's
Yeah, he's been everywhere.
He did, and then he's been a head coach for over 20
Broncos,
years himself.
your
Bronco-
former team,
Right?
I loved the Broncos until I became
now-
a crazy Bengals fan.
Bengals.
Bengals. Yeah.
I'm with you on the colors.
The colors are cool. Make a great tattoo if you guys are interested. But it is, Bengals it's been tough to be a Bengals fan. My husband's been a Bengals fan since the 1990s Super Bowl. There was a couple players in there as 49ers, Joe something Montana.
Oh yeah. Might have
Jerry
heard of them
Rice,
once or
I don't know if
twice.
you
Yeah,
heard of
yeah,
them?
Joey and
Yeah, they were
Jerry.
pretty
Jerry
good.
and Jerry.
That's
yeah.
a buzzsaw to run into for sure. But you were back last
Was
year.
that Candlestick
Back
Park
last
they
year.
played it?
Yep.
Yeah, in San Fran. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure was.
it's a good one.
Yeah. I
Oh,
played
and then they
that.
got Jimmy Garoppolo, which was coached by Bill Belichick
Really?
under
Sure.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Jimmy's
he
their
was-
boy.
He was really never going to replace Tom, so they had to let him go. And so
Okay.
he got
Send
some
him
good
west.
training.
Do you notice all their quarterbacks are just dreamy? I mean,
Yeah, what is up with
Drew,
that? Drew Bledsoe.
Tom, and now you Jimmy.
Yeah.
And even their new guy, whoever he is, I don't remember, but he's not too hard on the eyes either.
I'm sure Jimmy's a huge hit. I mean, he
Bill.
went to
Yeah, Bill's got a passion for good-looking men.
Yeah.
maybe geez.
That's
We'll ask him
probably the
about
whole-
that.
Yeah, is that
I don't
why?
think he'll like
is that
hearing
why he
you say
kept me
that.
around? No,
Yeah, Jimmy.
no.
No, Jimmy's killing it on the Dreamboat stage, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I believe so. He was at a Warriors game not too long ago, and
Oh,
like, the whole dance squad came by and
Yeah, they
gave
were-
him some dab.
Yeah, I saw
Trying to-
some
trying to
posts.
get dates. I think. But I mean, even my
Oops.
wife not too long ago, he like did an interview and she's like, "Who's that guy?" I'm like, "Oh no, you don't. No, you don't. He's single."
Maybe that's why I started watching football. I thought it
Maybe.
was for the, competitive, football, but maybe it's just the dreamboats.
Yeah.
Dreamboats.
No, my
like,
mom
like
used
Eli
to,
Manning for instance.
Well,
Yes.
Dreamy.
Dreamboat.
Yeah.
Those Mannings.
My
and their
mom
big
used to
heads.
always
Big
say she didn't know
inability.
anything, you know. She's like, I don't know much about football, but I know a tight end when I see one,
Ooh,
you know.
love her. Yes.
Yeah.
Boom.
Gronkowski,
Always thought that was
right?
great.
Mic
Yeah,
drop. That's your mom?
That's nice.
yeah. My mom said that, yeah.
Lindsay Kesterson. Shout out to
Yeah.
Lindsay.
Ah.
Way to bring it.
R.I.P. I love the lady.
R.I.P. Lindsay.
Yes.
We love you. Well, hey, I just am, on behalf of the community, we appreciate you out there coaching the youth.
Absolutely.
We got to give them some drive,
Absolutely.
some focus, and
A home away from
goals.
home. And,
Home away from home, absolutely.
Yeah.
our goal is to, these kids that might be doing other things, they've got something that they need to be committed to. You're committed to your teammates, you're committed to yourself,
Right.
you respect yourself, you respect your teammates. When you walk through the store, you're Storm family.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
got kids that are on scholarships, kids that have never paid a penny to the program that this is better for them than the alternative, right? So it's,
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and talent, you want to foster that talent.
yeah, at the end of
And
the day,
discipline, that's awesome.
yeah,
for
trophies,
kids.
rings, jackets, all good, but it's the kids, right?
And it's, teaching them some very, very valuable lessons, obviously, with that too. So couldn't be better. So thank you for that, of
You're
course.
welcome.
And I mean, you mentioned home away from home. Do you ever get to go home? I mean, you're doing this. You're Cast 11, the Cast 11 Bossa Nova, as I like to think of it. You're all over the place,
Shout out to my husband, Frank, who literally has been putting up with this for 20 years, and he is not a fan.
Oh.
He's done.
He holds it down, though.
Yeah, he does. He holds it down. He does do the trade-off with, the fact that you're not home. I get it. And then we have the story last year we had a boy that was literally has very little family, no family support, and just went off to the military. And we were his family. We shuffled him around for Easter and drove him places. And it's just, he sees that and he's like, I get it. I know why you do what you do, but when are you going to stop? So we just signed a 5-year lease. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Sorry.
Keep it going,
My
yeah.
name's on that lease.
Well, I'm not calling him buddy. Hopefully that's what you're saying.
That's
Shout
He's
out Frank. Way to
Shout
go.
out Frank.
Go
Hang in
Frank.
there.
Get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, these that's big for the community, and certainly these kids need that sort of outlet. So
But I want you guys to be ready for Bill when he walks in. I'm going to jet.
hey, appreciate it.
Yes,
You got
yes.
our Bronco on out of here.
Oh, there you go.
That was a miss.
I can't tie anything into the Bengals. I'm going to
Well,
I'm gonna make like a cat move. I don't know.
Right.
Nothing.
Give us a good roar on the
I'm
way
out.
out. But yeah.
I can't even say that word.
What's that?
Roar.
Oh, roar.
I can't say it.
No, that's not
No,
one for you.
I can't woo and I
You
can't
can give
roar.
us a hoodie or something like that.
Woo day,
There
baby.
you go, yeah.
Woo day all day.
But thank you so much for
All right.
crashing the party, coming in and hanging with us for a bit.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You're
just
gonna
hide in
wanna
the corner and wait for Bill. But
Okay. All
all
right.
right.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, see
Thanks,
you.
Elicia. Ben.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now that it's just the two of us, let's get down to business. I'm inspired by your story that I had no clue about 22 years ago. You're trying out for the Patriots.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, you've really, gotten into fitness in the last couple of years, right? I'm thinking
Fitness. Pizza in my mouth.
Fitness. Fitness. Donut.
Yeah.
No, you might think about a second career, but not
How about
playing
a first
football.
career?
We had Elicia on.
Mm-hmm.
Elicia, I'm
was
inspired by her,
Yes.
her stories of cheer.
Yeah.
And the inspiration. I'm inspired by the inspiration.
I can see where you're going with this. And I have, in the time that this is all taking place now, thought about it. And I've thought, Elicia could probably teach me some pretty sweet moves. They got to be sweet moves.
I
or
think
else,
so.
I got no shot at this. But if I had some sweet moves and a great outfit, I think I could probably make the team for the Cardinals
Patriots.
cheer team or the
Cardinals?
Patriots. Well, you know what? You're probably right.
Maybe because Bill and you have this relationship.
Well, yeah, relocating with the family out to New England sounds kind of tough.
Yeah.
Plus, I know my wife would never go for it. Too cold there,
Yeah, can you
But the option
imagine?
to go to Phoenix, she's all about, I'm sure. Or
Well,
at least
okay.
visiting, traveling down there. So
Whatever it takes, I want to support you, Ben.
okay, well, I don't know that they're hiring. Maybe they'll have a little walk-on open tryout.
I mean,
I've tried it before. Obviously, I have no shame.
No.
I'm
Just the fact that we're talking about you cheerleading is evidence
proof
that you have no shame.
You're right. Yeah. And I clearly, well, maybe not clearly, but I do have some athletic ability, which I gotta say, these cheerleaders are incredible athletes. Which reminds me, why are they all the leader? Should have asked Elicia that.
Yeah. Cheerleader, is there no division?
I mean, it's like, I would
labor?
think it's like cheer team and then you have your cheerleader. But
Right.
they're all cheerleaders.
Yeah,
I don't know.
cheerleader,
It's just
cheer
something
follower.
I should have asked Elicia when we had her in here.
I wonder
Next
if
time.
Bill would know.
Ooh, good question. He probably would. The guy knows so much. He's incredible, Mike.
And while we're on the subject, let's give a shout out to the cheerleaders who, I make fun of football a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I enjoy watching it, but also, it's somewhat funny because they're all,
There's a
they
mentality.
do a play. Well, no, not the mentality. It's
okay.
more just the process of the game. You do a play and then you take a break and you're like, hey, okay, let's set up and let's try this because we got 2 yards last time. Let's see if we can get 2 more yards.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm thinking for the cheerleaders, they're not huddling up. They just know. They know their play. They're doing it. They're out there the whole game. And they're probably doing something for halftime too. There's no break.
Yeah, they work real hard. I gotta say,
I gotta give a shout
hard.
out to the cheerleaders.
I mean, I wonder.
they're not wearing a headset like, hey, okay, next we're gonna do this routine. They just got to know it. And
You're right. You're right. And I would like to. There's one change I think I could make with the cheerleaders at say an NFL game or something like that. Is that if your team's getting their butt kicked, like let's have a little more somber dance. Like they're always like, yes, jazz hands and all that. And it's like let's match the mood of what's actually happening to my
like that.
terrible team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, do some.
Just play it down a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. How can't you guys like?
It's tough to do because
It's like the sad clown in the, silent movie or something. Yeah, you want to show the emotion.
Right. I don't know. It's just a thought. It's probably wouldn't go over very well, but
that's what you can bring to the Cardinals if this is.
That's right.
If this is your dream, Ben, I want to support you.
It's a newfound dream. So.
But Bill
still working out the
I
deets.
think I want you to talk to Bill about this.
Okay.
He seems like, he takes coaching seriously. He takes guidance of his team, his coaching staff. He's all about it, right? Serious guy.
I think,
You got to run this by him. He'll tell you what the right direction is.
I think he's either coaching, preparing to coach, or fishing. I don't think he sleeps.
Right.
Probably doesn't eat. It's probably all intravenous, just
Yeah, he just hooks up.
coaching, fishing. And I don't even know how much fishing he does. I should have asked,
no doubt.
in all the conversations we've had over the last couple decades. Could have found that out, but I just didn't.
You never
bother.
got around to that.
I'm not a very
you
good
just
friend,
wanted
Mike.
to know more about his football career, which, hey, Bill, we appreciate all you've done for football. Even me as a fair weather fan, I can appreciate that many Super Bowl, not only rings, but also he's been there as an assistant coach, head coach, different teams.
Made it and lost. I mean, it's not like, everybody kind of points out the 6-time champ, but there's been plenty of Super Bowls that he hasn't won.
Right.
I don't like to remind him of that because then he won't talk to me for a while.
Then he won't text you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's an impressive guy. Certainly glad to have had the opportunity to have him on the show.
I mean, think about this. He's coached for, like I said, a couple decades as a head coach, plus. And to this, as we're recording this today, he's won 2 out of every 3 games. He's got a 667, which, I'm a math nerd sometimes, so I imagine that's just a lot of 6s. But we're going to go 667 because it's 6 bar.
Then we can round.
Yeah, I don't know why I even brought that up. Anyway,
Yeah.
He's won 2 out of every 3 games he's ever coached as the head coach. That's incredible.
Those are good odds.
Good numbers for sure. Yeah. Good odds to bet on him. You're right. Absolutely right. And he's not, I know that Brady was obviously a big part of all that, but he's been, I'd say, moderately successful without him. I don't know that, we'll see about another Super Bowl here or there, but yeah, man, it's really impressive. He's, he had some good coaches under him that have gone on to coach that have not fared as well. So I think that, while he's got a great system and is a great coach and maybe not always the most, best people person. Not all this translates to somebody else being able to take his style and have success with it,
Right. Yeah, no, he's one of a kind. And this time of year, the holidays, we think football, and you can't help but to think Billy Belichick. Billy Belichick.
It's spelled Belichick.
Belichick.
Yeah, it's
I know. And if
interesting.
you look him up, like the original Croatian name, it's like got a lot of symbols in there. The BILICIC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of different.
Trust me on this.
Okay, I do. I always do.
Yeah.
Always do.
It's different than we're accustomed to.
You want to know something that I found out today that I didn't know, which is kind of cool. You want to learn something every day.
I do.
Something new at least, and I don't know how new or I'm a fan of useless information. And he's the only coach that's not in the Madden football games because he's not part of the NFL Coaches Association.
What a rebel.
Is right. That's kind of strange in itself, but yeah, he's always kind of done it his way. You ask him a question and you might or might not get a straight answer. Usually, probably no.
Right. I know.
Especially after a loss.
We're on to Cincinnati.
He's not super cheery
cold.
after a win, but he's cold as ice after a loss.
I know. It's that New England air
Yes,
running
indeed.
through his veins.
He's got all kinds of records.
Yeah, he's a record holder.
He is. Yeah, he's got 12 Super Bowl appearances. I was talking about that earlier. Won 6 of them. So we won't talk about 50-50 on that. But getting to 12 Super Bowls is very impressive.
Yeah.
Conference champions, he's at 13. Playoff games and wins is like 31. He's one of only a handful, 4 coaches with 6 rings, like people like Lombardi and Lambeau and Hallis that are in his company, or he's in their company, I guess you could say.
Even more impressive that you know him and you have this relationship. But I think we're not going to hear from him, Ben.
Oof.
But
Yeah.
it sounds like you have, an alternative? You can go out on his boat?
Oh, well, I don't know if the offer still stands. This was, as he's getting older, he's a little harder to, entertain. And I think that's the only reason he keeps me around. I'm like,
Okay, I know. You're the funny
fool.
guy.
I'm the fool.
Yeah, you're the clown.
Yeah, the jester.
Yeah.
And
To
so
the king.
assuming that the offer was still on the table, I'd have a chance to go hang out and do some deep sea fishing on his, some call it a boat, some call it a yacht.
Yeah, vessel.
It's called 6 Rings.
He's the
Learn
boat,
that.
maybe.
Best
right?
of all time.
Best of all time.
Yeah, he's got to be up there. Got to be.
Yeah. One of the best. One of the boats
Yeah. I'll
in
give
a
it to
harbor. He's
him. There could be many boats.
Yeah. Well, Ben, we're running out of time, and we love Bill. Shout out to Big Bell Belichick.
We're on to Cincinnati.
Bill
I love that.
Belichick.
Yes, that's the way to
Bell.
do it. Shout out.
Big Bell. But really, big shout out and great thanks to Elicia at Storm Elite.
Yes.
Their Storm, and you've been warned.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom, baby. Well done.
Catch you next time.
All right. See you next week. Listen in to Waiting on a Phone Call wherever you find podcasts and connect with us through Facebook and Instagram at Waiting on a Phone Call Podcast.
You can also tune in to news, updates, and information from Prescott, Arizona on Cast 11, Prescott's #1 podcast network.
It was a windy day when I did that, so.
Oh, yeah. We know how streams can go awry in the wind.